Ok, ahora vamos a hacer el video de la letra C. Si te llega a tocar esa letra, vas a comenzar con el sistema de acoplamiento. Ya tú tienes previamente el video, lo explicas aquí y lo terminas allá atrás. Cuando termines allá en el Camp Just, sales y le dices al examinador, next, inspection for my trailer. I'm going to start with my clearance lights. I have one on the right side and one on the left, and they are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent or broken. All the screws present and tight, and they have the proper color amber. They're good. So next check is going to be my forehead, the front part of the trailer. It is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent or broken. There's no holes, and all my rivets are present. So it is good. Next check, the side of the trailer. All this side of the trailer, all the way down. It is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent or broken. There's no holes. All my rivets are present, and all my nuts and bolts are present and tight. And also on the side of the trailer, I gotta have at least 50% of DLT sticker reflectors. All of them are present, and they are in good conditions. They're not cracked, bent or broken, and proper color red and white. All right, let's move on, let's continue. I'm gonna explain to you my landing gear system. First, I need to make sure that I have more than 3 feet of space in between the mat flaps of the tractor to the legs of the landing gear. So that way, when I turn left or right, they don't touch each other. And it is good. There's more than 3 feet. All right, next check, my crank handle. It is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent or broken, nuts and bolts present and tight. This handle is to put my legs up and down. Right now, they're all the way up. Next check, my landing gear frame, landing gear support, my leg and my foot. These pieces are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent or broken. And all my nuts and bolts are present and tight, so they're good. All right, back here I have my landing gear cross members. All of them are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent or broken, and all my nuts and bolts are present and tight. Next check, my landing gear gear backs and the crossbar that connects the other leg. So they are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent or broken. Nuts and bolts are present and tight, and there's no leaks in my gear backs. Right? Landing gear system looks good. Let's continue. Let's move on. Okay, next check, all my cross members, all of them, they are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent or broken, and there's no illegal welds on it. They're good. Next check, my trailer floor. It is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent or broken, and there's no holes in my floor, so it is good. Next check, my trailer frame. Trailer frame, it is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent or broken, and there's no illegal weld, so it is good. Okay, now I'm going to explain to you my suspension system. Okay, I'm going to start with my leaf spring mounts or hangers. I have one in the front and I have one more in the back. They are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent or broken. They're in good conditions. Next check is my adjustable torque arm, or either torsion arm. It is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent or broken, and all my nuts and bolts are present and tight, so it is good. Next check, all my leaf springs. All of them are properly mounted and secured, they're not cracked, bent or broken. They are straight and no one is missing, so they're good. Next check, my 2 U bolts. They are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent or broken, and all my U-bolt nuts are present and tight. Next check, my trailer axle. It is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent or broken, and my axle is not leaking. And also, I need to tell you that in this suspension system, there's no airbags and there's no shock absorbers. Okay? I'm done with my suspension. Now I'm gonna move to my brake system. I'm going to start off with my air hoses. They are properly mounted and secure. There's no cuts, there's no bubbles, no abrasions, and they're not leaking, so they're well connected to the brake chamber. Next check, my brake chamber. It is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. All my nuts and bolts are present and tight, and it's not leaking, so it's good. Now, right behind my brake chamber, I got a push rod and my slack adjuster, and they are properly mounted and secure. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. My pin and quarter pin are present, and they're in good conditions. And also, I have to make sure there's no more than 1 inch of play when the brakes are released if I pull it by hand. Next check, my brake drum. Brake drum, it is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, so it is in good conditions. Next check, my brake shoe. It is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. And also I have to make sure there's no less than 1/4 of an inch of brake material, and there's no oil and no grease, so brake system is good. Next, my inside rim, it is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's no illegal welds. All right, now I'm gonna check my 6 side of the trailer tires. Inside the wall, these 2 walls in between, outside wall, and the front part, they're properly mounted and secured to the rim. There's no cuts, there's no bubbles, no abrasions, no nails, no screws. Tires are in good conditions. Now, my 2 trailer tires, they can be original or recap. And the tread depth, I gotta make sure there's no less than 2/32, and they're good. Now I'm gonna check in between my tires. Between my tires, there's no debris, there's no trash, and there's good space. They cannot be touching each other. So now I'm gonna check my rims. Between my rims, there's no gap, no space, and they are in good conditions. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's no illegal welds. And also, I have to make sure that my 2 tires are properly inflated according to manufacturer specifications, and they're good. So next check, my 2 valve steams. I have 1 for the outside tire and 1 more for the inside tire, and both are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and they're not leaking any air. They're good. Next check, my outside rim. It is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's no illegal welds. It is good. Next check, my 10 lug nuts. All of them are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's no rust. There's no rust indicating looseness of my lug nuts. All of them are present and tight. Next check. Next check is going to be my hub seal. It is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. All my nuts and bolts are present and tight, and there's no leaks. There's oil inside to lubricate my axle, and I have to make sure it is filled to correct level. Okay, let's move on. Next check is my sticker reflector and clearance light. They're properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Screws present and tight, and proper color red. All right, ma'am, now I'm gonna explain to you the back part of the trailer. Okay. La otra trailer que vas a usar, la diferencia tiene 2 doors and door hinges, entonces voy a grabártelo como la otra. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you the back part of the trailer. I'm gonna start with my clearance lights. They are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. Screws are present and tight, and they have a proper color red. They're good. Next check is my DOT sticker reflectors. They are properly mounted and secured. Not cracked, bent, or broken, and they have the proper clear color. Next check is my 2 doors and all my door hinges. They're properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and all my nuts and bolts are present and tight, so they're good. Next check is my door handles. They're properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and all my nuts and bolts are present and tight, and they're in the lock position. Next check is going to be my DOT sticker reflectors. In the back part of the trailer, I gotta have 100% All of them are present and they're in good conditions. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and proper color red and white. They're good. Next check is going to be my lights. This here, it has three functions. It is a signal light, emergency light, and reflector. In the inside one, it is a brake light and also reflector. So these two are for the left side and those two are for the right side. Now all of them are properly mounted and secure. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and they have the proper red color. They're good. Next check, my license plate. It is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Screws are present and tight, and it is up to date. And also, it is readable, it's clean. Next check, my license plate light. It is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Screws are present and tight, proper clear color. Next check, my trailer bumper. It is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It is in good conditions. Next check is my two mud flaps. I have one for the left and I have one for the right. And both are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. All my nuts and bolts are present and tight, and I have good clearance from the floor. They can be from 2 inches to 8 inches, so they are good. Okay, aquí termina la inspección de la vez. Entonces ya le dices, ma'am, sir, I finished my inspection outside, now let's go inside.